In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use Octane to its best potential and how to abuse its abilities that it has. So without further ado guys, be sure to sit back and let's get straight into the video. Hello everyone, how are you guys all doing today? My name is Mirko and welcome back to another video on the channel. So in today's video guys, I'm going to be giving you the best possible tips in order for you guys to absolutely smash it when using Octane in Apex Legends. If you do go ahead and enjoy the video, be sure you're dropping a like down below. Likes always appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, be sure you're subscribing so you don't miss out on any future Apex tips, discussions, all of that good stuff. And now let's go into Octane's passive and let's talk about the passive ability that Octane has. Now one thing I really love about Octane is that it can restore its health over time. I think it restores 1 HP every 2 seconds, so when 10 health is gone it takes 20 seconds to restore that 10 health back when you do use the tactical ability. We'll discuss the tactical ability later on in the video, but for the moment I want to talk to you guys about the passive ability because the fact that Octane can restore its health is a really big thing. This means that you don't need to carry around as many syringes. I'd still recommend you carry around some and always carry around medkits because medkits are much faster, and if you want to restore your health with Octane it will take about a minute depending on how much health you have, and that's why it's always good to carry around medkits, because if you are engaging in a gunfight and you quickly need to heal up, then you've got them medkits and syringes, but you don't need to carry around as many. If your health is nearly full, just let Octane heal up itself because you don't want to waste syringes as you might need them later on in the game. So now we've spoken about how to use Octane's passive ability to the best possible potential, let's move over to the tactical side of Octane. So a quick run through on what the tactical does. If some of you are unaware, you basically move 30% faster for 6 seconds with the cost of 10 HP. So every time you use this thing, your health will go down by 10 HP, but remember guys that Octane restores its health over time as well. Another really awesome thing about this is it only has a 2-second cooldown time. Yes, a 2-second cooldown time. You can use this thing an unlimited amount of times, and as I said about the 2 seconds, you can literally use this thing every single time, but as I said, it does cost health to use, so make sure you're not really low on health when you're using it. So now with that explained, let's go into how to use this tactical ability to the best possible potential and when you guys should use this in games. This is mainly good as an escaping tactic. If you want to escape from a gunfight or you're really low on health and you need to get to cover, this is what you should use in order for you guys to stay safe and hopefully avoid going down. But there are other things with this tactical that you guys probably don't know about which can really be used to your advantage. So I'm sure most of you guys are aware of the technique called strafing. Now strafing really helps you guys win gunfights. It's basically you moving your character left and right to create a really hard target for your opponents, and you almost win the gunfight about 90% of the time if you're strafing left and right and making it a really hard target for your opponents. Well this guys, this is the part where you can abuse the tactical, because the tactical actually makes you strafe so much more faster than you currently can strafe in Apex Legends, and when you're using things like LMGs and ARs, it's already really hard to strafe because the movement is so slow. So when you know there's an enemy in front of you and when you're ready to commit to a gunfight, if you just pop the tactical on straight away and then go in and start strafing, your opponent will be caught so off guard and it'll be such a hard target that it's almost going to be impossible for them to win the gunfight, and you're almost guaranteed to come out on top. But let's discuss flanking, because flanking is something that I'm sure most of you guys are aware about. It's an easy way to get around the enemy, get in behind and catch them off guard, and this technique has been in almost every first-person shooter game I know of, and it's definitely effective in Apex Legends. But when you're using the tactical guys, you can get around enemies so much more faster, but not only that, you can even go around the long distances as well. You can use a longer way to flank and almost make it really hard for the enemy to determine which way you're coming from. Make sure you're always taking the longer route to flank an opponent, because using this tactical you can do that easily. And for example, if the left side is really easy to flank but the right side is going to take double the time, go for the right side, because that's going to be really unpredictable for the enemy and they won't even think you're taking the longer route to flank, and they really won't expect it. No one's actually going to be looking at the longer area and they're going to be focused on your teammates. That's when you can really use this tactical to your advantage. Another really quick thing I'd like to mention about Octane's tactical is that it's really good to avoid the effects when you get hit by an arc star and also to get out of caustic gas really easily. And the good thing about all of these tactical tips is that you can use them whenever you want because there's only a 2-second cooldown time. Now moving on to the launch pad, which is the ultimate ability that Octane has, I'd say this is probably the least important out of the three, but it does still have some use, guys. Now the main thing I really find useful from it is it's really good to gain a height advantage. Now if you have opponents above you, you just got to pop this thing down and straight away you're level with your opponents, whether they're on a building, on a mountain. I mean, unless they're really high up and you can't get to them, this thing's really good for evening out their height advantage. You never want to go against enemies that have got a height advantage against you, and this is why the ultimate comes in really handy. Another thing I find is that it's really good to disengage from gunfights. If you feel like you're not going to win the gunfight, or you need to heal up, or just back away in general, you can also throw this thing down and disengage. Bearing in mind, if you're in an open space, you're probably still going to get shot a few more times, so this is really effective when there's buildings around you and you can easily escape. Another really awesome thing, which not a lot of people know, is that downed teammates can also use this to jump up higher. So if there's a downed teammate that you feel like is still next to the enemies, you can throw this close to them and hopefully they might be able to escape. Who knows, that depends on the situation. But that's also a fun fact to throw in there as well. Another way I've found this to be really useful as well is just try and spot enemies from a distance. If it's in the late stage of the game, the ring is getting smaller, then you can use this to actually gain a height advantage just to spot players in the distance. But these are the main benefits that the launch pad has. As I said, I think the tactical is the main thing of Octane, that it really makes Octane stand out in general. And some people might be wondering, do I think that Octane is overpowered? I personally don't think it's that overpowered. I think it's balanced, but I also think it definitely is one of the stronger characters just because of its tactical ability. The tactical ability can be so strong if used in the correct way, as I stated. And at the moment, Octane is the thing I rock for. If I can't use Octane, someone else has picked it before me. And by the way, that happens all the time just because Octane's still very fresh. It's only just come out. You got to fight for it. I mean, if you're not the first person picking, you're most probably not going to be able to use Octane. Then I'll probably go for Bangalore or Wraith. But Octane is very similar to Wraith, guys, when you think about it, because Wraith's tactical is also used to sort of get out of situations and sometimes flank as well. And when you think about it, Wraith's main ability, which is to put 2 ports down to get out of situations, you can also use this with a launch pad with Octane. So there's very similarities in both the two characters. And if I had to compare Octane with any other character, it would be Wraith, because although they're two completely different characters and have different abilities, they can both be used in the same situations. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you guys have enjoyed and learnt more about Octane, how to use Octane when playing Apex Legends. I hope you guys go in and absolutely smash it in game. And yeah, anyway, if you guys are new to the channel and you're not subscribed already, be sure you're doing that down below so you don't miss out on any of these future Apex Season 1 videos, tips, discussions, all of that good stuff. If you enjoyed this video, be sure you're dropping a like down below. Likes always help my videos out. Thank you all for watching this. Be sure you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll catch all of you guys out in another Apex video. Take care, everyone.